So let's start with Part D prescription plans. Even if you currently are not taking any medications, once you go on Medicare, you need to enroll in a prescription drug plan. There are standalone plans when you take a supplement, or the prescription drug plans are included in your Advantage plans. There is a penalty if you don't have prescription drug coverage, and it's a lifetime penalty. So please make sure you find out the most affordable way to get this coverage. All Medicare prescription drug plans have a formulary. That's the list of covered medications. These plans are offered by private insurance companies. There are 20 to 30 different plans out there with different formularies. The good news is that they have to cover at least 2 medications in any classification. So you're always going to find pretty much a medication that you're on in a plan. They put all of your medications in levels called tiers. So tier 1 and tier 2 are your preferred generic and your generic medications, the ones that most people are on for their blood pressure, their heart issues, their diabetes. Tier 3 are your preferred brand, 4 are your non-preferred drugs, and 5 are your specialty. And as you can see clearly, as you go from tier 1 to tier 5, they're going to be more expensive as you go up in tiers. There is a deductible. Now, Medicare sets the deductible at $445 per year. Each plan either adheres to that or can make it lower. That deductible only applies to medications in tiers 3, 4, and 5. So the way it works is if you have a 3, 4, or 5 medication, you're going to pay the full amount of the cost of that medication until you meet your deductible. After you've met your deductible, then you'll pay the copay that's listed in that tier. Tiers 1 and 2 are straight copays, no deductible. There are different levels of coverage, and this is what's known as the donut hole. There's another whole video on that, but just to give you an idea, the first phase is the deductible phase. The way I've separated is what the plan pays versus what the client pays. So in the deductible phase, you are paying 100% of the cost, the deductible. Then you go into the initial phase where you're paying your copays. So it averages about, the plan pays 25% of the cost, you're paying about 25%. Once the cost of medications, what you pay plus what the plan pays equals $4,130, you go into what's called the coverage gap. That's the donut hole. In the coverage gap, the plan is no longer paying for the medications and you're paying for them. You're going to pay about 25% of the cost of generics and brand. Once you've spent $6,550 out of pocket in any given year, then you go into catastrophic and the plan is picking up 95% of the cost and you're paying a small copay. Not really much to worry about. Only a handful of people end up in the coverage gap. Most stay in the initial phase, but there'll be more talk on that. If you have expensive medications, there's different things we can try to do for you. There are also things called, you'll hear things like tier reduction, formulary exceptions, step therapy, prior authorizations, quantity limits, all things that go along with Medicare plans that can be easily explained to you. Again, more questions in detail. The biggest thing with prescription drug plans is to get a list of your medications and see what plan's going to make sense for you.